What's up, guys, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Sinister Files. If you like what you see or hear, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to stay up to date on all my newest content. It has been a while since this incident has happened, but when I reflect on that night, it feels like it was just yesterday. I was 17 years old at the time, and I was doing side jobs for a little extra cash. This was the early 90s, so I didn't have the luxury to deliver food like people nowadays. I would usually do side jobs for close family friends. That way I wouldn't have to deal with weird or strange random people and didn't have to deal with ads. My family is close friends with this couple who just bought a piece of land and built their own farmhouse on it. It was gorgeous, so anytime they wanted me to take care of it, I jumped at the opportunity. They called me one evening asking if I could stay overnight while they left out of town for their anniversary. I let my parents know and had my dad drop me off like usual. They gave me the same old rundown, left their number in case of emergency. I think I jinxed myself that night because I joked about how I wouldn't be needing it. 8 o'clock rolled around and I was curled up reading a book when all of a sudden the phone rang. I answered hello but no answer, and then went to dial tone. Didn't really think much of it, plus I was out in the middle of nowhere. Maybe the couple tried getting in contact with me and just lost connection. But then again at 8:30, it did the same thing, but this time it didn't jump to dial tone. I could hear somebody almost like breathing through the other line. It started to creep me out, so I would hang up, but then it would start doing it every 5 minutes. Finally, I grew frustrated and a little scared. I said, if you're gonna call, at least have the common courtesy to say who you are. There was a long pause. After that, then dial tone. I slammed the phone down, frustrated, but immediately felt like somebody was watching me. So I decided to close the curtains for my peace of mind. I head to the back of the house and start closing the curtains when I froze in terror. In the distance under the moonlight, I see a silhouette, somebody just standing there, staring at me. Then whatever this thing or person was started walking towards the house. At this point, I'm completely terrified. I close the curtains and call the couple and let them know the situation. He tells me where he has his gun and how to use it, and to immediately call the neighbors because they would probably get there a lot quicker than the police. And after I'm done calling the neighbors to call 911, I go to the closet and grab the shotgun and then call the neighbors. The phone just keeps ringing. It's already about 9 o'clock at this point, so I leave a message and immediately call the police. I let them know about the whole situation, and they told me that officer is en route. Right after I hang up, I hear banging on the front door, and this creepy laugh. While the banging continues, at this point I'm so terrified I just froze. I can't explain it, I was in shock. I yelled that the cops were on their way, but the banging still continued, and it felt like it was getting stronger. So I did the only thing I felt I needed to do, and that was just shoot through the front door. After I shot, all I heard was silence. I didn't know how to feel at this point. I didn't know if the person is still out there, or if I killed somebody and they were laying out in the front. It took the cops 20 minutes to get there, which felt like an eternity. Multiple units arrived. I threw down the shotgun and ran outside of the house screaming and crying. One of the cops assured me that I was okay and helped me out while I was having a panic attack. They searched the property and didn't find anything. I remember one of the officers heading over to the neighbor's house after I told him that I made contact with the neighbors who lived down the road. Him and another officer departed to check out the neighbors and see if they saw any suspicious activity. After they leave, I'm talking to one of the officers taking my report when his radio goes off. He tells the other officer he needs to come now and to have dispatch get an ambulance over immediately. Later on, I found out when the officers arrived to the scene. It was so horrific, it would definitely haunt them. The entire family murdered and mutilated. The most terrifying thing about it was that no one was ever caught. My dad picked me up that night and the family sold the property and moved out of state. No matter how much time passes, the same questions run through my mind. Why didn't they kill me? What was the plan? Who were they? I'm just grateful to have lived through such a traumatizing experience.